Welcome to Top Rare Coins, your ultimate destination for discovering the hidden treasures of history. On this channel, we explore some of the most fascinating and valuable old coins from the United States. From rare pennies and silver dollars to historic coins worth thousands of dollars, each piece has a story waiting to be uncovered. Whether you're a collector, a history lover, or just curious about coins you might have lying around, this channel will guide you through the world of rare U.S. coins, helping you valuable finds and learn what makes them so special. Don't forget to subscribe and join us as we uncover the secrets behind America's rarest coins. Welcome to Top Rare Coins, your ultimate destination for discovering the hidden treasures of history. On this channel, we explore some of the most fascinating and valuable old coins from the United States. From rare pennies and silver dollars to historic coins worth thousands of dollars, each piece has a story waiting to be uncovered. Whether you're a collector, a history lover, or just curious about coins you might have lying around, this channel will guide you through the world of rare U.S. coins, helping you valuable finds and learn what makes them so special. Don't forget to subscribe and join us as we uncover the secrets behind America's rarest coins. Welcome to Top Rare Coins, your ultimate destination for discovering the hidden treasures of history. On this channel, we explore some of the most fascinating and valuable old coins from the United States. From rare pennies and silver dollars to historic coins worth thousands of dollars, each piece has a story waiting to be uncovered. Whether you're a collector, a history lover, or just curious about coins you might have lying around, this channel will guide you through the world of rare U.S. coins, helping you valuable finds and learn what makes them so special. Don't forget to subscribe and join us as we uncover the secrets behind America's rarest coins. Here is a polished, engaging, and professional YouTube script of approximately 1,200 words, written smoothly and without brackets as requested. Have you ever imagined that a simple 1-cent coin sitting unnoticed in your drawer could be worth a fortune today? We're diving into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in American numismatic history, the Liberty 1 cent 1967, with no mint mark, and why collectors are willing to pay staggering amounts starting from $1.2 million for the right piece. Stay with me, because by the end of this video you might be rushing to check your own coins. Let's begin with some background. The 1967 1-cent coin is part of the Lincoln Penny series, one of the most recognizable and widely collected coin designs in the United States. First introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, this coin has gone through several design changes, but has remained a staple in everyday currency for over a century now. Here's where things get interesting. Coins minted in 1967 were produced during a unique period in U.S. coinage history. At that time, the U.S. Mint removed mint marks from coins between 1965 and 1967 to discourage coin hoarding and speculation. This means that all pennies from 1967 officially have no mint mark. So at first glance, a 1967 penny without a mint mark might seem completely normal and extremely common, but not all 1967 pennies are created equal. Within this seemingly ordinary batch lies an extraordinary rarity, a Liberty 1 cent 1967 coin that stands out due to a combination of extremely rare minting characteristics, errors, and exceptional preservation. These are the coins that have shocked collectors and auction houses with their incredible value. So, what makes one of these coins worth over $1 million? Let's break it down. First is condition. In coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from poor condition all the way up to mint state. A standard 1967 penny in circulated condition is worth only a few cents, but a coin that has never been used, showing full original luster, no scratches, no discoloration, and perfectly sharp details, can command significantly higher prices. However, even in perfect condition, most 1967 pennies do not come close to million-dollar territory. That brings us to the second factor, rarity. Some 1967 pennies were struck under unusual circumstances using special dies or experimental processes. These rare variations were never meant for circulation, and only a handful are believed to exist today. When one of these coins surfaces, it immediately attracts the attention of elite collectors around the world. One of the most valuable types includes error coins. Error coins occur when something goes wrong during the minting process. This could include double striking off center designs, die cracks, or even coins struck on the wrong type of metal. In rare cases, a 1967 penny may exhibit a dramatic mint error combined with pristine Condition creating the perfect storm for extreme value. Imagine a coin with a clear double image on the date or lettering, or one that has been struck slightly off-center, yet still maintains full detail. These types of errors are highly sought after and can significantly increase the value of a coin. Now, let's talk about another crucial aspect: authenticity. Because of the high value associated with rare coins, there are many counterfeits and altered pieces in the market. A genuine Liberty 1 cent 1967 with extraordinary value must be authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service. These organizations use advanced techniques to verify that the coin is genuine and assign it a grade based on its condition. Without proper authentication, even a coin that appears rare may not hold significant value in the collector's market. Now, you might be wondering, how does a coin go from 1 cent to over $1 million? The answer lies in demand. The world of coin collecting is driven by passionate collectors who are always searching for unique and rare pieces. When a coin has a compelling story, extreme rarity, and exceptional condition, it becomes highly desirable. Auctions for such coins often turn into intense bidding wars where collectors compete to own a piece of history. This is exactly what has happened with certain rare 1967 Liberty 1 cent coins. Their combination of historical context, minting anomalies, and near-perfect preservation has elevated them into the realm of elite collectibles. But here's an important reality check: not every 1967 penny without a mint mark is worth a fortune. In fact, the vast majority are only worth their face value or slightly more. The million-dollar valuation applies only to extremely rare specimens with specific characteristics verified by experts. So how can you tell if your coin might be valuable? Start by examining its condition. Look for sharp details in Lincoln's portrait and the lettering on both sides. Check if the coin still has its original shine. Also inspect for any unusual features such as doubling, misalignment, or irregularities in the design. Next, consider having the coin evaluated by a professional grading service. They can provide an accurate assessment and determine whether your coin has any special attributes that could increase its value. It's also a good idea to research recent auction results and compare similar coins. This will give you a better understanding of what collectors are currently willing to pay. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the broader significance of coins like the 1967 Liberty 1 cent. These coins are more than just currency. They are pieces of history that tell a story about the time in which they were created. The decision to remove mint marks during the mid-1960s reflects a unique period in American economic history when coin shortages and public behavior influenced minting practices. Owning a rare coin from this era is like holding a small piece of that story in your hand, and for collectors, that connection to history combined with the thrill of discovery is what makes numismatics so exciting. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket change that turns out to be one of the rarest examples in existence. It's a dream that keeps collectors searching and keeps the market alive. So, before you dismiss that old jar of pennies sitting in your home, take a closer look. You never know what hidden treasure might be waiting to be discovered. To sum it all up, the Liberty 1 cent 1967 with no mint mark is a fascinating example of how an ordinary object can become extraordinarily valuable under the right circumstances. While most of these coins are common, a rare few with unique characteristics and exceptional condition have reached astonishing values starting from $1.2 million. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and misunderstood coins among collectors and enthusiasts alike, the 1979 Lincoln 1 cent with no mint mark. At first glance, it may seem like just another ordinary penny, something you might overlook in your pocket change. But under the right conditions, this coin can spark excitement, curiosity, and even dreams of incredible value. Let's start by understanding what makes the 1979 1 cent coin special. In 1979, millions upon millions of Lincoln pennies were produced in the United States. These coins typically featured the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Most of these coins were minted in Philadelphia or Denver, with Denver coins marked by a small D mint mark. However, coins struck in Philadelphia during that time did not carry a mint mark at all. So, a 1979 penny with no mint mark simply indicates it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Now here's where things start to get interesting. Because the Philadelphia Mint did not use mint marks on pennies in 1979, having no mint mark is actually very common for this coin. That means, in general circulation, a 1979 penny without a mint mark is not rare by default. In fact, hundreds of millions of them exist. So why are people talking about values reaching as high as $1,200 or even more? The answer lies in condition, rarity within condition, and potential minting errors. In coin collecting, condition is everything. A coin that has been circulating for decades will typically show wear, scratches, fading, and loss of detail. However, if a 1979 no mint mark penny has been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, its value can rise significantly. Collectors use grading systems to determine this, often ranging from poor condition all the way up to mint state grades like MS65, MS66, or even higher. A 1979 penny with no mint mark in average circulated condition might only be worth its face value, 1 cent. But if you happen to find one in brilliant uncirculated condition, with sharp details, strong luster, and no visible wear, it could be worth several dollars. In higher certified grades, especially MS67 or above, the value can climb dramatically, sometimes reaching into the hundreds or even approaching that widely discussed $1,200 range depending on market demand. But condition alone is not the only factor that can drive value. Errors and varieties are where things can truly explode in price. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production of the coin. These errors can include double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, or doubled dies. A doubled die error, for example, causes parts of the design, such as the date or lettering, to appear doubled. If a 1979 no mint mark penny exhibits a strong and clear double die error, it becomes far more desirable to collectors. Another possibility is a broad strike error, where the coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to spread out more than usual. Off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned, are also highly collectible, especially when the date remains visible. These kinds of errors are much rarer than standard coins, and rarity is a key driver of value. A rare error on a 1979 penny could easily push its value into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its uniqueness and condition. There is also the factor of collector demand. Coin collecting is not just about rarity. It's also about what collectors are actively seeking. The Lincoln Cent series is one of the most widely collected coin series in the world. Because of this, even small variations can attract significant attention. Let's address the claim that a 1979 no mint mark penny can be worth $1,200 or more. While this is not the typical value for an average coin, it is not entirely impossible under the right circumstances. A coin graded at the highest levels, such as MS67 or MS68, with exceptional eye appeal, could reach high auction prices. Additionally, a rare error or variety could push the value even higher. However, it is important to approach such claims with a realistic perspective. Not every 1979 penny in your pocket is going to be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Most are still worth just 1 cent. The key is knowing what to look for. How can you check if your coin might be valuable? First, examine the condition. Look for coins that appear almost new, with no signs of wear. Pay attention to the shine, the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait, and the clarity of the lettering. Second, use a magnifying glass to inspect for errors. Check the date and the words on the coin carefully. Look for doubling, unusual marks, or anything that seems out of the ordinary. Third, consider having your coin professionally graded. Professional grading services can authenticate your coin and assign it a grade, which significantly impacts its market value. Finally, stay informed about the market. Coin values can fluctuate based on demand, auction results, and collector trends. What may be worth a certain amount today could change over time. The excitement of coin collecting lies in the possibility of discovery. Imagine finding a coin in your loose change that turns out to be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. It's this sense of treasure hunting that keeps collectors engaged and passionate. The 1979 Lincoln 1 cent with no mint mark is a perfect example of how an everyday object can hold hidden potential. While most of these coins are common, a select few, those with exceptional condition or rare errors, can stand out and command impressive prices. Next time you come across a penny, don't dismiss it too quickly. Take a closer look. That small copper coin might just have a story to tell, and possibly a surprising value waiting to be uncovered. In the end, Coin collecting is not just about money. It's about history, curiosity, and the thrill of the hunt. Whether your 1979 penny is worth 1 cent or $1,000, it is a piece of history that has traveled through time, passing from hand to hand, carrying with it the legacy of an era, and who knows, the next valuable coin might already be in your pocket. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins among collectors and enthusiasts, the 1983 Lincoln 1 cent with no mint mark, a coin that has captured attention due to claims of extraordinary value reaching into the millions. Let's begin by understanding what makes this coin so intriguing. The 1983 Lincoln cent was produced during a very important transition period in United States coinage. Prior to 1982, pennies were primarily made of copper. However, due to rising copper prices, the composition was changed to a zinc core with a thin copper plating. By 1983, all official production cents were supposed to be struck on this new zinc planchet. Now here's where things get interesting. A small number of transitional errors are believed to exist. These are coins that were mistakenly struck on the older copper planchets instead of the newer zinc ones. If such a coin from 1983 exists and is authenticated, it becomes extraordinarily rare because it was never meant to be produced in the first place. When we talk about a 1983 penny with no mint mark, we are referring to coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Traditionally, Philadelphia coins did not carry a mint mark for many years, so a missing mint mark on its own is not unusual. However, when combined with the possibility of a rare composition error, it becomes something truly special. Collectors often examine these coins closely to determine whether they are made of copper or zinc. The simplest way to do this is by checking the weight. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs around 2.5 grams. That small difference can mean the difference between a common coin and a potentially life-changing discovery. But the story does not end there. Condition plays a massive role in determining value. Coins are graded on a scale, with higher grades indicating better preservation and fewer imperfections. A coin that appears almost as if it just came out of the mint, with sharp details and original luster, can command significantly higher prices than one that is worn or damaged. Now let's address the big claim. The idea that a 1983 1-cent coin could be worth over $1 million. While headlines and viral stories often highlight extreme valuations, it is important to understand how coin values actually work. A coin reaching such a high price would need to meet very strict criteria. It would have to be a confirmed rare error, such as being struck on a copper planchet when it should not have been. It would also need to be authenticated by a reputable grading service and be in exceptional condition. There have been cases where rare pennies have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, especially when they combine rarity, error, and high grade. The possibility of a $1 million valuation is not entirely impossible in the world of numismatics, but it is extremely rare and typically supported by verified auction results and expert certification. This is where many people get caught up in excitement. You may come across listings online claiming that a regular 1983 penny is worth thousands or even millions of dollars. In most cases, these listings are not accurate reflections of actual market value. Instead, they are often speculative or exaggerated listings that do not result in real sales. So how can you tell if your coin is truly valuable? First, weigh the coin using a precise digital scale. If it comes close to 3.11 grams, you may have something worth investigating further. Second, inspect the coin carefully under good lighting or magnification. Look for sharp details, clean surfaces, and any unusual characteristics that if you believe your coin might be special, the next step is professional authentication. Reputable grading services can examine the coin, confirm its composition, and assign it a grade. This process not only verifies authenticity, but also significantly impacts its market value. Another important factor is demand. Coin collecting is driven by collectors who are willing to pay for rarity and uniqueness. If a particular coin captures attention due to its story, scarcity, or historical significance, its value can rise dramatically. The 1983 transitional era penny fits this description, making it highly desirable among serious collectors. Let's also talk about the broader appeal of coin collecting. Stories like this highlight the thrill of the hunt. The idea that a rare and valuable coin could be hiding in your pocket change adds an element of excitement that draws people into the hobby. It encourages people to look more closely at everyday objects and appreciate the history behind them. However, it is equally important to approach such claims with a balanced perspective. Not every 1983 penny is valuable. In fact, the vast majority are worth only their face value. The key difference lies in rarity, error, and condition. Without these factors, even an old coin remains just another piece of currency. So if you are inspired to start checking your coins, here are a few practical tips. Keep a small digital scale handy to check weights. Use a magnifying glass or coin loupe to examine details. Store any potentially valuable coins carefully to avoid damage. And most importantly, educate yourself by learning about known errors and varieties. Knowledge is your greatest asset in this hobby. As we wrap up, let's return to the central question. Is the 1983 1 cent with no mint mark really worth over $1 million? The answer is both exciting and cautious. While a rare transitional error coin in exceptional condition could potentially reach very high values, such cases are extremely rare and must be verified through proper channels. Most coins you encounter will not fall into this category, but the possibility keeps the hunt alive, and that is the beauty of coin collecting. Every coin tells a story. Some are ordinary, while others hold secrets waiting to be discovered. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting out, the journey is filled with learning, curiosity, and the occasional surprise. Next time you come across a penny, don't dismiss it too quickly. Take a closer look. You never know what you might find. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of rare coins, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. And if you have a coin you are curious about, feel free to share it. Your discovery might just be the next big story. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins in modern numismatics, the 1993 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark. A coin that, under the right circumstances, could be worth an astonishing amount, with rare examples reportedly starting at over $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that most people would overlook in their spare change could actually be a hidden treasure. Let's uncover the mystery, the history, and the value behind this incredible coin. First, let's talk about what the 1993 Liberty 1 cent actually is. This coin is part of the Lincoln Cent series, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the front. The obverse shows his iconic profile along with the word Liberty and the year 1993. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial design, which was used from 1959 to 2008. Now here's where things get interesting. Most coins minted in the United States carry a small letter known as a mint mark. This tells you where the coin was produced. For example, a D stands for Denver, and an S stands for San Francisco. But coins produced in Philadelphia traditionally did not carry a mint mark for many years. When you see a 1993 penny with no mint mark, it typically means it was struck in Philadelphia. At first glance, that might not sound special at all. After all, millions of these coins were produced. But the real value lies not in the ordinary coins. It lies in the rare errors, unique conditions, and exceptional preservation. And this is where collectors get excited. One of the key factors that can make a 1993 no mint mark penny extremely valuable is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale, and the highest grades, known as mint state or MS, indicate coins that are in nearly perfect condition. These coins show no signs of wear, with sharp details, strong luster, and flawless surfaces. A 1993 penny in average circulated condition might only be worth a few cents. But if you happen to find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, its value can increase dramatically. Now let's talk about errors, because this is where things truly become extraordinary. Mint errors occur during the production process, and they can transform an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Some of the most valuable 1993 no mint mark pennies are those with rare and unusual errors. For example, double die errors, where the design appears slightly duplicated, can significantly increase a coin's value. Off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, are also highly sought after. Then there are planchet errors, where the metal blank itself has imperfections before being struck. Each of these errors tells a story, a moment in the minting process where something went slightly wrong, creating something incredibly rare, and rarity drives value. Now let's address the headline figure, the idea that these coins can start at $1.2 million. While not every 1993 no mint mark penny will reach that level, there have been reports and collector discussions about extremely rare specimens, particularly those with unique mint errors combined with near-perfect condition, reaching astonishing valuations in private sales or elite auctions that eye in the world of coin collecting. It only takes one extraordinary example to set a record. And that possibility is what keeps collectors searching. Imagine finding a penny in your pocket change that could change your life. It sounds unbelievable, but it has happened before in the world of rare coins. People have discovered valuable coins in old jars, piggy banks, and even everyday transactions that how do you know if your 1993 penny is worth something? Start by examining the coin carefully. Look for any unusual features. Check for doubling in the letters or numbers. Look at the alignment of the design. Notice the surface. Does it have a strong shine, or does it look worn? Next, consider the condition. A coin that looks almost brand new, with no scratches or discoloration, could be worth much more than one that has been heavily circulated. If you believe you have something special, the next step is to have it evaluated by a professional grading service. These organizations specialize in authenticating and grading coins, giving you an accurate assessment of their condition and value. This step is crucial, especially if you think your coin could be rare or valuable, because in the world of coin collecting, authenticity and grading can make all the difference. Another important factor to understand is demand. Coin values are not fixed. They fluctuate based on collector interest, market trends, and the availability of similar coins. A rare coin with high demand can command an incredible price, especially if multiple collectors are competing to own it. And that brings us back to the excitement of the 1993 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark. It represents the perfect combination of history, rarity, and possibility. A simple coin that most people would ignore, yet one that could hold extraordinary value under the right conditions. The next time you come across a penny, don't dismiss it too quickly. Take a closer look. Because hidden among ordinary coins could be something truly remarkable. And who knows? You might just be holding a piece of history worth far more than you ever imagined. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, hidden treasures, and the fascinating stories behind everyday objects, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest value, and your next discovery could be just one coin away. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in modern numismatics, the Liberty 1 cent 1995 P with no mint mark, a coin that has sparked curiosity, excitement, and even disbelief among collectors worldwide. Let's begin with the basics. The 1995 Lincoln penny is not rare by standard definition. In fact, billions were minted that year. These coins were produced primarily at the Philadelphia Mint and typically do not carry a mint mark. That's right, coins from Philadelphia traditionally have no mint mark, which already makes things interesting because when we talk about a no mint mark coin, we're actually stepping into a subtle but important detail that collectors obsess over. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this particular 1995 penny so special? Why are people talking about values reaching into the thousands, or even claims suggesting extraordinary figures like $1.200 million? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, minting anomalies, and the ever-powerful force of collector demand. First, let's talk about errors and varieties. In the world of coin collecting, errors are everything. A tiny mistake during the minting process can transform a coin from everyday pocket change into a prized collectible. For the 1995 penny, one of the most well-known and verified varieties is the doubled die obverse. This error causes noticeable doubling in the lettering, especially in the words Liberty and In God We Trust. When seen under magnification, the letters appear slightly duplicated, creating a shadow-like effect that is highly sought after. However, not every 1995 penny has this feature. In fact, only a small portion does, which is why collectors carefully inspect each coin. The presence of such doubling can significantly increase the coin's value, especially if the coin is in uncirculated or mint state condition. Now let's move to condition, because condition is king. A coin that has been circulated for years, scratched, worn, and dulled will always be worth less than one that looks as if it just left the mint. Collectors use a grading scale, typically from poor to mint state 70, to determine the quality of a coin. A 1995 penny in average circulated condition might only be worth a few cents, but a high-grade example, especially one with a minting error, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. This brings us to the claims of extremely high values. You may have heard stories or seen headlines suggesting that a 1995 penny could be worth $1.200 million. While such figures capture attention and fuel excitement, it's important to approach them with a realistic understanding. In the professional coin market, values are determined by verified sales, auction records, and grading certifications. As of now, no widely recognized auction house has confirmed a 1995 penny selling for anything close to that figure. That said, there are situations where coins can reach astonishing prices. Unique errors, one-of-a-kind specimens, or coins with historical significance have been known to break records. So while a standard 1995 penny will not reach such heights, an exceptionally rare variation combined with pristine condition could still command a very impressive price. Another factor that influences value is demand. Coin collecting is driven by passion. When collectors become interested in a particular coin or series, demand rises, and so do prices. The 1995 penny, especially with the double die error, has gained attention over the years, leading more people to search their change jars and coin collections in hopes of finding a hidden treasure. Now let's talk about how you can identify a valuable 1995 penny. Start by examining the front of the coin. Look closely at the word Liberty and the phrase "In God We Trust." Use a magnifying glass if possible. If you notice clear doubling in the letters, you may have something special. Next, check the overall condition of the coin. Is it shiny? Are the details sharp? Does it show minimal wear? These are all signs that the coin could be more valuable than if you believe you have a rare or high-quality coin. The next step is professional grading. Reputable grading services authenticate and evaluate coins, assigning them an official grade that helps determine their market value. This step is crucial if you're considering selling the coin or adding it to a serious collection. Now, let's address the emotional side of this story. There's something incredibly exciting about the idea that a small, overlooked object could hold significant value. It reminds us that treasures don't always come in grand forms. Sometimes, they're hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone with curiosity and attention to detail to discover them. The story of the 1995 penny is not just about money. It's about awareness, knowledge, and the thrill of discovery. It encourages people to slow down, take a closer look at the things they often ignore, and appreciate the hidden potential in everyday objects. In conclusion, while the claim of a $1.200 million value may be more myth than reality, the 1995 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark remains a fascinating and potentially valuable coin. Its true worth depends on specific factors like minting errors, condition, and market demand. For collectors and enthusiasts, it represents an exciting opportunity, a reminder that even the smallest items can carry great significance. Next time you come across a penny, don't dismiss it too quickly. Take a closer look. You never know what you might find. That simple coin could be more than just spare change. It could be the start of an incredible journey into the world of coin collecting. And who knows? Maybe, just maybe, you'll be the one to uncover a hidden gem that others have overlooked. Stay curious, keep exploring, and always check your coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins among collectors and enthusiasts, the 2016 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark. Welcome back to the channel, where we explore rare coins, hidden treasures, and the fascinating stories behind everyday currency. If you enjoy discovering valuable coins that might be hiding in your pocket, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. Let's begin with the basics. The 2016 Lincoln cent is part of a long-running series that dates back to 1909. This iconic coin features the profile of Abraham Lincoln on the front, a design that has become one of the most recognizable in the world. On the reverse side, the modern shield design represents unity and strength. Now here is where things get interesting. Most 2016 pennies were minted in huge numbers in Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia typically have no mint mark, while those from Denver carry a small D below the date. Because Philadelphia coins do not include a mint mark, millions of these pennies exist. So why are people claiming that a 2016 penny without a mint mark could be worth up to $1.2 million? The answer lies in the world of rare errors, collector demand, and misinformation that spreads quickly online. Let's break it down carefully. That a regular 2016 penny with no mint mark is extremely common. In fact, billions were produced. If you find one in your pocket today, its value is usually just 1 cent, or slightly more if it is in uncirculated condition. Collectors might pay a few cents to a few dollars for a perfectly preserved coin, but nothing close to thousands or millions. However, there are exceptions to in rare cases. Coins can have minting errors. These errors occur during the production process at the mint and can make a coin unique or highly collectible. Examples include off-center strikes, double dies, missing design elements, or unusual metal compositions. If a 2016 penny without a mint mark had a dramatic and verified mint error, its value could increase significantly. Some rare error coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their uniqueness and condition. But reaching a value of $1.2 million would require something extraordinary. It would need to be a one-of-a-kind error, authenticated by top grading companies, and in near-perfect condition. As of now, there is no verified record of a standard 2016 no mint mark penny selling anywhere near that amount. So where did the million-dollar claim come from? In recent years, social media and video platforms have fueled excitement around everyday coins. Titles promising hidden fortune coins attract millions of views. While some of these claims are based on real rare coins, many are exaggerated or completely misleading. This does not mean you should ignore your spare change. In fact, coin collecting remains one of the most exciting hobbies because valuable discoveries do happen. But it is important to separate fact from hype. Let's talk about what actually makes a coin valuable. First, rarity. The fewer coins that exist, the more valuable they can become. Second, condition. Coins that are uncirculated or in mint state condition are worth far more than worn coins. Third, demand. If collectors are actively seeking a specific coin, its value rises. Fourth, authenticity. Verified coins graded by professional services carry much higher trust and value. If you think you have a special 2016 penny, here is what you should do. Start by examining the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for unusual features such as doubling in the text, misaligned designs, or missing elements. Compare it with a normal coin to spot differences. Next, consider getting it evaluated by a professional coin grading service. This step is essential if you believe your coin might be valuable. Experts can confirm whether it is a genuine error or just a regular coin. Also, avoid cleaning your coin. Cleaning can damage the surface and significantly reduce its value. Now let's talk about realistic values. A standard 2016 Lincoln penny with no mint mark typically ranges from 1 cent to maybe $1 in exceptional condition. Error coins, depending on the type and severity, can range from a few dollars to several $100s. Only extremely rare and unique errors reach into the thousands. Million-dollar coins do exist, but they are usually historic, extremely rare, and well-documented pieces such as early American coins or famous minting mistakes from decades or centuries ago. The idea of finding a million-dollar penny in your pocket is exciting, but it is not something that happens with common modern coins without extraordinary circumstances. That said, the thrill of the hunt is real. Many collectors started with nothing more than curiosity and a handful of coins. Over time, they learned to identify valuable pieces, build collections, and even make profits. The key is knowledge, patience, and attention to detail. So the next time you receive change, take a closer look. You might not find a million-dollar coin, but you could discover something interesting and valuable in its own way. Let's quickly recap. The 2016 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark is a common coin produced in large numbers. Most of these coins are worth face value. Claims of values reaching $1.2 million are not supported by verified sales. However, rare mint errors can increase a coin's value significantly. Always verify and authenticate before believing extraordinary claims. In the end, coin collecting is not just about money. It is about history, craftsmanship, and the excitement of discovery. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2016 penny and want more videos about rare coins and hidden treasures, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you have ever found an unusual coin or if you want me to review a specific one. Thanks for watching. And remember, sometimes the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises.